Learn to accept help and learn to ask for help and learn to accept it with grace, and knowing that, the greatest things in the world that you can possibly think of, it's not like one person was able to achieve that thing and create that thing for the rest of society to benefit from all by themselves. Right, what is going on? Welcome to the Risen Fallen podcast. I am your host, Mark Hendrickson, and if you are brand new to this podcast, then what you can expect is open and authentic conversations about things like mental health and self-development and how to get your life moving in the right direction. And if you're not new to this show, then I wanted to say thank you very much for coming back, supporting the show, supporting the cause, supporting the movement, and supporting the idea of making yourself at least 1% better every single day, 1% faster, stronger, and more balanced and feeling better about yourself. And along the way, lifting other people up as well. And so whether you're brand new to this show or not, you are the reason that I do what I do. Yes, you. Anyways, welcome to the show. Happy Monday. I hope you guys are doing well. It is Monday morning right now, or maybe Monday evening. But welcome to the show. It's Friday night as I record this. I'm going to get this edited and then all ready to rock and roll by Monday here. I'm just about to go to bed, and I'm kind of chilling out, drinking a little cup of tea. Just went for a little walk around the neighborhood here with Teddy. This week I decided I'm going to start 75 Hard again. If you've been following me for a while now, you know this is not my first time doing 75 Hard. I actually I tend to do this probably like once a year, and I kind of just use it as a way to reset myself and reset my brain and kind of rewire my my neurological pathways and just get them kind of more fine-tuned. I usually do. I've got pretty good discipline throughout the year, but obviously I'm human. All of us fall off, and we all fall into some, negative spirals sometimes with our habits, with our feelings, with our emotions. And for myself, I find that doing 75 Hard just kind of recenters me and refocuses me on what my priorities actually are in life, and, what I have to be grateful for and what I have to be working towards on a daily basis. And one of the ways that 75 Hard does this for me is because, like everybody else, I have a day job. I wake up in the morning and I have to go to work, and then I work, all day, and then I sit in traffic. So that eats up probably like 10 hours of my day at least, at the very least. And that's like if I only work 8 hours. And so, like everybody else, I tend to get pretty busy when you throw in, a couple workouts a day, reading, plus having a podcast, having a social life, having friends, family, etc. But you don't have to be doing 75 Hard to feel overwhelmed or busy or like your schedule is a little bit too full. And so knowing that so many people probably relate to this exact same feeling, probably you feel like this as well, if not right now, then probably sometimes in your life. The feeling of just being busy, being overwhelmed, being a little bit too, your schedule is a little bit too jam-packed, and you just feel like you're getting stressed out or burnt out or tired or whatever it could possibly be. And so I wanted to make this episode today to just kind of talk about some of the tips that I have managing a fast-paced or a busy or a stressful life, just because I feel like all of us need to hear that message sometimes. And so the very first thing that I would say when you feel busy, when you feel like you're overworked or you're overwhelmed, you just don't really know how to manage your time. You feel like every day is hectic from the second you wake up to the second you go to bed. You're just kind of like, fuck, I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to do this. I got to do that. And you just run a rat race throughout your entire day, wondering why you're so anxious and stressed out all the time. And if that's the case, you're not alone. A lot of people live their lives like this. I tend to even sometimes fall into the habit of feeling like this as well, where it's just kind of like, what's the next thing I have to do? What's the next thing I have to do? What's the next thing I have to do? And just kind of being frantic and stressed and anxious about it. And, I feel like all of us can kind of fall into that as we kind of navigate through this life. And I feel like, one of the main things you have to do, the very first tip that I would have, or the first piece of advice that I'd have, if you're wondering, if you're asking, if you're inquiring about that, is to just basically take a look at, what your actual goals are right now. What are you looking to achieve in this season of your life where you're just kind of busy, nonstop, working, doing things, moving, and anxious and stressed about it? Think about what are your actual goals for this time period that you're kind of grinding through or hustling through right now. What are your actual goals? What are you actually wanting to achieve? Are you trying to save money and stack your chips and get ahead financially? Are you trying to get a new physique? Are you trying to, instill some discipline in yourself? Are you trying to learn a new language? Are you trying to start a side hustle? Like, what is your actual goal? What are you busy with? And then start to think about prioritizing and how you can, allocate your time and your energy efficiently so that you would be able to really just think about what's important to you and why you're doing what you're doing and what you're busy with. And if it's actually important to you and if it's actually a priority to you, and then if not, starting to kind of make a plan to move towards, being busy more with your priorities than, with what you have to do right now. And so maybe that's not accessible for you right now. Maybe you're like, okay, I still have to work this job. I still have to do this thing. I still have to spend my time doing this thing. And I just feel super busy and I don't know, how to create a plan or to establish this. And that would be the second thing I'd say is like find some sort of a routine. If you're extremely busy and your life is hectic and you live in a fast-paced life, you need to really establish a routine. And I think that, that's going to be really the only thing that kind of gets you consistently feeling energized and motivated and feeling like you can rest and recover from all this hard work that you're doing as well. Establishing some sort of a routine in your life, saying like, okay, these are my non-negotiable things. I have to go to work. I have to do this. I have to do X, Y, and Z. And establishing some sort of a routine so that you know when your free time is. Okay, so the next piece of advice, this is actually one that's huge. This is one that it's so relatable to me, just because I feel like I'm so susceptible to this, which is making sure that you don't overcommit yourself. If you're living a stressed, fast-paced life and you're feeling anxious about it, you feel like you got too much on your plate already and you feel like you're too busy, learn to say no. Learn when to say no to people and say, unfortunately, I can't commit to that right now. I'm a little bit overcommitted. I have a little bit too much on my plate right now. And learning what you have to say no to. And again, this depends on what your priorities are. We talked about kind of like thinking about or prioritizing your goals. Really just learning how to say no to the things that aren't going to get you closer towards those goals. And then the other side of it is being willing to be accepting help. If you tell someone, hey, I can't do that. I don't want to commit to that. I'm a little bit, I got too much on my plate. And they say, oh, okay, like, can I help you out at all? Like, do you need any aid? Do you need any assistance? If you're feeling burnt out or stressed, or you feel like you're just kind of getting overworked, learn to accept help and learn to ask for help and learn to accept it with grace, and knowing that, the greatest things in the world that you can possibly think of it's not like one person was able to achieve that thing and create that thing for the rest of society to benefit from all by themselves. All of us need assistance. All of us need aid. All of us need a little bit of help every now and then to achieve what we're trying to achieve, or sometimes even just to get back to normal. And so learning to accept help and even go so far as to ask for help is one of the biggest things that you'll have to understand to become successful and to be able to navigate a fast-paced and stressful life. The same thing that I've been talking about this entire time. The last thing I'd say I'd mention for you guys, it's going to not come as a shocker. It's pretty obvious that this was going to come up, and this is something that I talk about because it's something that I talk about all too often. But you need to establish some sort of a routine. You need to prioritize your self-care. You need to prioritize yourself, taking care of yourself, self-care. And, what that looks like is making sure that you're eating properly, right amount of food, the right kind of food at the right times, making sure that you're staying active, making sure that you're moving your body, and, being able to release all the good happiness hormones like dopamine and serotonin that come from exercising, but also allowing your body to recover and rest. The mental rest kind of basically happens while you're exercising, in my personal opinion. The physical rest happens afterwards when your body is literally mending itself and recovering itself. I think that there's some sort of a beautiful symbolic aspect of it there as well. Personally, that's just kind of cool little connection that I made. But I just feel like, if you're staying active, you're prioritizing your self-care, you build some sort of a routine so you can stay active every single day. You can stay healthy, you're eating properly, you're eating the right foods, making sure that you get the right amount of sleep, which is something that I just reminded myself of because it is 20 after 9 now, and that's pretty much way past my bedtime. And so that's probably where I'm going to end it off there. Establish some sort of a routine for yourself. Create a plan to execute on that routine. Prioritize your goals in that routine and make sure that you're not overcommitting yourself. Being open to asking for help and accepting help from other people when they offer it. And the very last thing I could possibly say, and this is kind of coincides with kind of overcommitting to yourself or anything like that, but you really just need to limit your distractions. You really need to understand which distractions and addictions and habits and behaviors that you have that are holding you back from getting some sort of a feeling of, not comfort in life, but just kind of alleviating some of that anxiety or that stress. Avoiding distractions and understanding how these things grip you and when they grip you and how you can start to try and curb them. If you feel like you're overworked and you've got too many things to do, probably watching clips on YouTube or shows on Netflix or playing video games or anything like that, probably not going to help your stress and anxiety levels. That time would better be spent like I said, doing something that's actually therapeutic for your body, like exercising properly, eating healthy, stretching, going to sleep on time, or actually just working on the things you need to be working on. And so you need to really limit your distractions, and hopefully these tips help you guys out for navigating a fast-paced and stressful and busy lifestyle, because I know that all of us kind of live that way, and it doesn't make for a very happy or mentally healthy society. And so that is all I wanted to chat about with you guys today. I hope you're doing well. I will check in with you guys on Thursday. Thank you very much. If you're watching this on YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe. If you're listening to the podcast version of this, make sure you leave a little review and give it 5-star ratings. Now, please. So, check you guys on Thursday. Much love. Peace out. Bye.